Drosy, SpeedGaming 4, friends.
Exacto.
Hi, hello there. Good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, friends.
Romans, countrymen,
Well,
years.
yeah. Much more of a fan of the Goths, actually, the broke down civilization, which is about what I'm expecting of this. But we're not here for world history. We are here for probably one of the most interesting matchups left in Group AB. But before I get going, my name is Zaphikel. I am joined co-commentary. Drosy, it's been a minute. How are you, my friend?
Yes, it has. I'm excited we could finally get something from your group restreamed.
Yeah. And to be fair, this is a perfect match for it. This actually is critical in terms of the standings. Aurabot currently 3-2, Capitan 1-3. But if Aura wins, I'm out. Actually, delightfully so.
No, I thought if Aura wins, but then Capitan beats Jamo,
That's
you
right.
and Jamo would have to do a play-in.
That's right. So you're right. I forgot. There's one way where I'm not out, but this game effectively locks up first, second, and third in some combo platter of ways, with the exception of a very chaotic. There is a small chance for raw chaos, but we got probably one of the most important groups to restream. It is 80 keys with boots, which, friends, if you've never heard of this, this is all dungeons. You have to kill 1 pig, 2 pig, 3 pig, red pig, blue pig, 3 pendants, 7 crystals, Aghanim 1, Aghanim 2, maps, compasses, small keys, big keys, and the regular items are all shuffled in, so we're in for a little bit of a treat.
But starting boots, so that makes everything better.
Yeah, no, I mean, I am...
Or so they claim, so the boot lovers claim.
So they claim, and to be fair, it does change a little bit. I think for a mode like this, and keeping, generally speaking, most of the modes within like a nice close distribution, this is fine. And yeah, we are off to the races. But no, so the boot start is interesting because it actually allows for a little bit of interesting flexibility in like how you start the seed. People have been adopting the go to Saha and get your green pendant and get 3 items and then go to Sank. Others basically just do almost like the regular open start, but you get some free bombs over by the fortune teller. But yeah, it's a good time. Good time had by most of us.
We can see that these two runners have different ideas of how they like a start. Wow, tier 1 tree pull is full magic. That'll be nice.
That's cozy. That's comfy.
But yes, Aurabot doing probably the more typical, I would say, Sank start, and then you continue.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think this is
counterclockwise to CAC.
Honestly, probably one of the more, I would say, normal starts, all things considered, right, Capitan? This is more of like the open without boots. Like, there's nothing wrong with this, but of course, it's like, you know, people like. I mean, it's the first 3 minutes. Like, really, as long as you don't blatantly leave something behind, you really can't lose. But you know, people just get their items, get their starts, get a little bit of money. Yeah.
Get a couple of small keys, in this case, Pod and Meyer from Uncle in his chest.
Yeah. But it's, like I said, it's a cozy start. We have a couple of minutes where really anything critical happens. So as we were saying, the result of this matchup basically determines a very odd shuffle of like how my results shake out and kind of the rest of it. So as you were saying, right, there's a world where one Jamo, our 1 seed, actually can end up in like a weird second place tie and everything else. So it's fun, it's chaos, it's the last week of quals.
Basically, you split with every single other runner in this group, and Jamo and Aurabot split with each other.
Yeah.
So that already makes tiebreakers fun.
Yeah, it makes tiebreakers interesting because I can't seem to play a mode that's not entrance. And these two both got me in open because I just can't seem to do the standard thing of always be doing crystal dungeons. But other goofiness aside, they both played really well. And, you know, we had a fun discussion in the main tournament about, like, who do we get, you know, what matches here. Like, these runners, despite being Q3 and Q4 in our group, have played incredibly well. I mean, results really notwithstanding, you know, there have been close matches across the board, so it's again a delight to kind of get a chance to calm for these two.
Yeah, and I looked at the history between these two runners in particular. They had their first meeting in the Cross Keys tournament, and
Hmm.
aurabot beat Capitan by 56 seconds. So
Yeah,
I would think this is a pretty even match.
and I mean, interestingly too, their first game between these two was Cross Hunt, and aurabot took that as well. So I think aurabot having an edge in entrance, but Capitan, I mean, like I think both for his qual scores as well, edged out Aura in both open and AD keys. So, yeah.
Now this is slight divergence in strategy. aurabot just took one bomb from bonking the rock. Capitan has gotten three, which is enough to get through CAC. But Bottlebender's giving us bombs anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
I mean, I think normally you do one, you get a second one, right? And with the presumption of you're pretty likely to get what you need. With the 40 rupees as well, like the worst thing that happens is after you go out of, say, Cackwell, you have to like make a choice of do I want to spend money on bombs, or in this case, the game is giving you everything, so it's fine.
Yeah, this is like the magic CAC. Wow, book 2. We've gotten a bottle, we can do Sick Kid. We've gotten the flute, we can activate it. The game's saying, why don't you just do everything in CAC all at once?
Yeah, I mean, and this is kind of what you want to see anyway, just because it's like, you know, I mean, this is 80 keys, right? You're pretty much doing everything. So here, you have boots, you have flute, right? Like, you're hardly going to have any orphans, and so it's just a matter of, like, for the very short term, we probably won't see much divergence. It's going to be comfy, it's going to be cozy, because, like, they're kind of just farming up. Like, they have to go and do Ice Rod Cave, the Agena, the early stuff, and like usually you'll find something of value, but of course, you know, this CAC has been nice. They have resources, they have bombs, they have money.
Yeah, with the flute, I'd be tempted to flute to 6 after activating it, just to scout out Desert Ledge and see if the book might be for that. And then also do Agena while you're there.
I think the one thing about that would be I'd probably end up doing it, like, depending on what other items they may get out of CAC, I might do Mini Moldorm Cave first, because even though like I could scout that and just do Agena, I know you and I have had, and I know how it's actually spelled. You could peek this at Ledge now. There's a world where you don't really have to do it, or like you may want to wait for a Desert Small Key, a Desert Big Key, and like Mini Moldorm Cave. So like, maybe. I mean, like I said, we also have Saha on the table. We have a ton of other stuff. It doesn't hurt you to go, though. I think you're right. Like, you could easily peek it, but, like, realistically, I think these runs will be doing, again, sort of, like, almost the standard of, here, let me go do Mini Moldorm Cave, let me peek some stuff, let me get this, and everything should be fine.
Yeah, just nice if you don't have to do Mini Moldorm on bombs. Well, here's a boomerang. That's at least a stun weapon.
Yeah.
So, for Capitan, this is his second pod small. Nice to start accumulating those.
Yeah. I mean, you want to hit some magic number, usually 3, 4, or 5, depending on precisely when, where, and how you go to pod, but, like, kind of all good.
And Aura is doing the south checks.
It makes sense, right? Like, again, you know, even if, I mean, they're on 10 bombs as well.
Right.
So the worst thing that happens is, like, you know, use most of them flute somewhere. Capitan is going to be on 6. May elect not to go for Mini Moldorm Cave.
Well, Capitan is blind doing race game, which I believe was bombs.
I think it was like it would be either it was something blue, and like this is actually normal, right? Like because in 80 keys you're more than likely to get something of some value in a key sanity mode, so like this is fine. And it turns out it will be nothing. So yeah.
Oh, it was a blue B. Never mind.
It was something blue. Yeah.
Now we just need something old, something new, and something borrowed, right?
Who's getting married? Isn't that the...
Yes.
Okay. I was like, I think that's it, however, I'm not entirely sure.
Yes, it is for weddings.
Oh, and our Moldorms are... The squishies are the bomb pack, so even if Capitan goes in on 5 bombs, because they'll have to open, it should be fine.
That's convenient, yeah.
It's kind of nice.
And we've been getting quite a few pod keys now.
I mean, they have to show up.
Also, 2 Skull Woods keys. That's a little bit surprising to find them together.
Alright, Capitan's fluting away, saying maybe I don't want to do Mini Moldorm Cave on...
Here's the Desert Ledge Scout. And it's a big key.
All right.
So I think you go into desert and find out what that big key is.
Yeah, you can do that. Like, I mean, like I said, there's nothing stopping you because you probably also want to do this check as well. So this is a really easy, like, save and quit as soon as you're done. Like, you have some flexibility there, but it's nice to kind of get that peek. And I assume Orbot will probably do this after Ice Rod Cave.
And this seed is giving us tons of money. We are not going to have a cash shortage at any point here.
How cozy is that? That's so lovely and so nice.
We're not even 10 minutes in and Aurabot's over 1,000 rupees.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've seen 4 of our 5 300 rupees, 3 of 5. So we got money to spare.
Which also makes the water walking attractive because you can just route in Zora and know that's not going to be an issue.
Yeah. Capitan doing this on precisely 4 bombs, so please.
Yeah, that's... Oh, well, got one off the Octorok.
Yeah, I was like... Okay, this should be fine, because the Moldorms are being actually really nice on the left side. Holy moly, please go pick up those bombs. Thank you. Listen, I'm a little bit biased. Oh, okay.
Aurabot saved and quit from Hobo. Did not do the other flippers checks.
Okay. I mean, with Flute, it's probably not really any slower just to Flute back at that point. So, like, and set up the fake flipper. So, I guess I get it.
Yeah, I guess you can Flute date anytime you want.
Yeah, we also have a nice contingent of the Spanish-speaking community. I see Macap, I see Cougars out here. Like, listen, y'all, I'm on Capitan's side. Like, I shouldn't be biased, but like Capitan's keeping me alive right now. So like, I see y'all, I hear you. Like, I'm with you.
Yeah,
So.
if Capitan wins this, you are guaranteed at a minimum a tiebreaker race against Aurabot.
Yeah, I at least get some one more life here. So yeah, I'm a little bit biased. I'm a little bit. I mean, when am I ever not biased? A little bit more spice in the fight than normal. Aurabot saying, all right, well, I'm just going to do Front of Castle, which is an aggressive choice because this is potentially leaving behind, say, Castle Tower if a cape shows up anywhere, or swords.
Capitan also taking an interesting routing choice, going to the mountain where all we can do is Old Man Who's Not in Logic and the inside of Spec Rock Cave.
Like, I just want them to go and do Saha. Well, there's a... Oh, gross. Okay.
Yeah, and that was in Logic, and Aurabot's like, well, the other 2 checks aren't in Logic, so I'm just out of here. I'll do Back of Escape.
Oh,
Capitan!
Oh, let's go! Shot. Let's go!
Okay, guess we're staying on the mountain here.
Alright, I swear I'm not biased. I'm really biased, SpeedGaming. I'm sorry. I mean, Aurabot will probably get this momentarily, too. Like, this is not surprising that this would be, like, within the next couple of plays, so...
Hera Small sitting there in the Back of Escape. You don't really want to see that.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, bow behind mirror. Okay.
Yeah, Aurabot's saying, all right, well, I've done all the other stuff. Let me get over and do the 4, 5, 6, 7 checks, depending on really how deep in the Eastern they want to go. But the bow is nice knowledge, right? Like, you know, if we get a mirror and everything else here, this is also good weaponry too, because, you know, Aurabot did bail on the rest of Hyrule Castle, and if Capitan shows up with the mirror, even just hookshot's nice. But I mean, these are definitely good items to have too. Hera being a green pendant also, so...
What's also interesting to know is hookshot is behind lamp, so if we wind up having to go look for a fire source, that's useful information.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Saha's Closet has a sword. I feel like I've seen that before quite a few times.
Y'all, rush Saha. Saha is free real estate, especially with everything else. But Eastern Palace? All right.
So,
cool.
Find the mirror and Eastern's full clearable.
Absolutely. Mirror? Alright, no mirror.
But we'll go down Spiral Cave.
Yeah, we'll go down Spiral anyway, yeah.
What was Capitan doing with the
So,
boomerang?
Capitan
Is that
was doing
a lineup strat?
No. So what it is when you do item dashes, it gives you basically that same sort of like, you know how people do the sword spin setups to like get on like the right pixel for bomb setups on ledges? That's what Capitan was doing, is a dash setup, which basically kind of gives you that same sort of like easy pullback to get in the right position.
Ah.
So it's basically a swordless lineup if you're not comfy like doing any sort of nudges into the corner. Sometimes you'll see people do it in like Ice Palace and Swordless as well. Like they'll do hammer dashes, or even just like swordless bomb jumps in Hera, right? Like you can just item dash to the ledge and kind of pull back.
So, no real progression after the hook shot.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're not seeing anything in Eastern either, and this is about to be our last logical check here, so I'm wondering about Desert or that big key. We have 2 checks in Desert we can do logically.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like the Desert might just be, hey, there's something on Torch or something in Map Chest.
Oh, or there's Hammer in Eastern.
All right, well.
So that also makes Hera accessible, albeit technically behind Lamp.
Yeah, still not in logic though, which is so our logic is effectively whatever is in Desert right now, which is probably going to be a Lamp. It could be Moon Pearl and like
so.
Everything is actually just sitting in like Hype Cave or something else in like the early Dark World sphere, but it's very likely or very possible there's just sort of a Lamp sitting in Desert.
I like Capitan doing Dark Cross because he knows he's going to have a Lamp soon from where the hook shot was. But it's not anything.
So the problem here is you have to die. And like, it's a little bit, I mean, it's not bad. Like, you're on Green Mail, you're on 4 hearts. But like, you could always have done this after going to Zelda Cell. But you got to do it at some point, so one way or the other. I guess like this sees you having to die down in Zelda Cell too, so. Aurabot saying, okay, well, I don't want to go to Desert.
No one wants to go to Desert. Yeah, I mean, and of course, each of our runners only has part of the puzzle. Capitan doesn't have the hammer, and Aurabot doesn't have the hook shot. Of course, Capitan will probably want a sword at some point.
Yeah, well, they'll go to Eastern. I mean, he'll go to Eastern basically after this because he has Eastern Big Key, right? So, like, the bad ping pong is going to be if there is something in Eastern Big Chest.
Right.
Like, that's probably
well, that's good for you, right?
Listen, yes, but I'm not racing. I mean, I'm racing through Capitan, right? Like, I didn't put in the race room, hey, I'd give you like 100 euros if you win, but like it's kind of implied, like if you run this back, like give me the PayPal. But basically, this is sort of a like, it would be nice there. I mean, here's the thing: is that like this
also
is...
Aurabot showing us just how much faster the front of escape is when you have something other than bombs to do it with.
Yeah.
This is going to be an ugly ball and chain guard fight for Capitan.
I mean, it's going to be 2 pots to the forehead. That's precisely what it's going to be.
There's the other bow. How about that? So,
okay, this game sucks.
So Capitan goes and does Eastern, and he'll get his sword from Saha on the way.
Capitan, why are we trying to deathcore, my guy? This is it. This is all. You've already done.
Yeah. This is save and quit territory.
Capitan?
Well,
yeah,
yes, he just remembered. Okay. Capitan not going to Eastern?
Well, you're gonna do the back of escape first, right? Like,
Oh,
this is
right. I forgot that he only just got the glove.
Listen, I'm guilty of this because I'll be like, I have a glove, and like 30 minutes later, oh yeah, I have the back of escape. It is shocking to me how easy these 3 checks get out of sight and mind. But like, this is the rest of escape. Like, this is, you know. So Capitan already getting a little bit of kindness. Hopefully he does Saha first just to get the swords thing in there to make the dark rooms a little bit kinder. But like, now I'm wondering, like, it's got to be either a Moon Pearl or our lamp sitting over in Desert, right? Like, there's one of 2 things that are there.
Probably the lamp.
Probably the
I mean, that puts this all in logic. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Moon Pearl pop up in Eastern. And now Aurabot's going to the mountain and getting that hook shot. Which means we will see Hera.
Yeah, like that is the one difference. I mean, it's a weird sort of ping-ponging where, like, if Hera is actually something kind, Aura might probably get it before coming back to Eastern because of this whole green pendant ping-pong. So, like, it's just a very silly early game starting out for these 2.
But yeah, I'm kind of expecting the Moon Pearl and Hera, but who knows? Not Hera, in Eastern.
Well, listen,
maybe you're expecting it in Hera.
I don't know what I'm expecting because it's either one of 2 things sitting in like Desert Torch or Desert Map.
I guess the bow is logically behind the sewers key, which we haven't found.
Yes.
I don't know. Does that mean Desert has the sewers key as well?
Listen, I'm not gonna get that silly with you. I extremely doubt that, like, this is what we're going to see here is going to be anything. Like, it's just Desert.
And Aurabot sees the silvers now sitting on Spec Rock. I have to imagine both runners will collect that when they get the mirror at some point after getting it.
Yes. I strongly suspect that they'll probably grab silvers because that's free real estate. Yeah.
It takes decidedly less than 25 seconds to get that, and it saves you minimum 25 seconds on the Ganon fight.
Guessing out there, one of our trackers, I'm guessing Spectre's logical first bow. Listen, I'm not about to make any assumptions on the seed. A small key to Turtle Rock. Okay, cool, smiley face. So, a whole lot of nothing. Turtle Rock small keys are very important, but currently, for the purpose of what we're seeing early game, a whole lot of nothing.
Oh, Aurabot actually went for that hard container in Spec Rock Cave that Capitan skipped.
Yeah, and unfortunately missed I think just like didn't get the lineup back across, but yeah, got the hard container, all is cozy, all is comfy. Like, you're not gonna say no, like, it's not the most time intensive hard container to get depending on what you're expecting.
We just have bees in the bottles, right?
Are you asking me to be keeping track of what the hell they've been picking? I assume it's bees or I don't think we've seen potions. I think it's bees or an empty bottle for sure.
Right, and I don't think there's a fairy either.
Mm-hmm.
But Capitan going to the back of Eastern without a fire source, which does make it a bit tricky.
I mean, you have hook shots, so you just blow up all the popos and then you just start firing arrows like so until you find the doofus. There he is, so you walk up, shoot doofus in the head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, the hard part is if you wake up the other doofus and he starts walking at you. But Capitan is no problem. He's like, that was nice.
That was an admirable job in that room.
Yeah, Inko, the popos sometimes get in your way, which is like, I will 100% murder popos with a hook shot. I will take as much time as possible because those... unkind in that room.
Now this is a room where it's just kind of nice to have the sword to spin attack all the popos at once.
Oh, yeah.
Capitan not even replenishing his arrows before Armos, and it's slightly off kilter in the fight.
It's fine. He's
We have the
got-
boomerang.
If I have to watch... Oh! Spicy.
Tape's interesting. That does put the first check in Aga Tower available to
I mean,
us.
so grotesquely out of logic right now, and realistically, we've already gone to Castle Tower, so it's not as though we're going to go back for CT1, but like, this...
I mean, it's only a lamp out of logic. Oh, right. And either
Yeah.
Sewer's Key or Mirror. Keep forgetting that bit.
Unfortunately, on the other side too, Aura got slot 0. I didn't see what they picked up, but I assume it was just unfortunate, so... Captain about to get the sword, yeah.
We do not have the Hera Big Key, so the only way to get upstairs is Hera Pot. Are definitely having trouble lining it up.
Now, if I'm Capitan, I am going to Desert now because like my logic is here. Or please.
And maybe that's Hera Big. That probably is Hera Big.
Well, see, if this is Hera Big, firstly, what the hell? And secondly, why the hell? But what kind of...
And the two items we'll get in here will, of course, be Lamp and Sewer's Key.
Yeah, we still need the lamp. We still, like, listen, sure. Poor Aurabot saying, nah, F this, I'm out. Which, like, respectfully, like, this has been... It's free. Ugh!
Ether Vanilla.
Ugh! But, brother, put it back.
And third bottle in Desert, okay.
If it's actually... Like, hold on. What?
Another big key. So 2 big keys from that book.
Well, these are a Desert Big Key. Well, okay, Jesus.
It is Hera Big.
Wait, so it's... what?
Is Lamp on Zora? No one's checked Zora yet.
Checked Zora yet. That's right. Yeah, we did get the glove. Yeah, this is some real Gug moments here. I'm actually hoping it's the Desert Big Key for something in the Desert Big Chest, just for... All right.
Yep. We've already gotten 2 TR smalls. But yeah, Capitan is just going to do Hera with that Hera Big Key. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him. So you're right. We are now back to... Now we're on Zora has the goods, which is just... Listen, sure, video game, great, cool.
I mean, gotta do something with all that money the seat's given us. Oh, yeah, that is true. Our tracker Aldera commenting, the one thing is we don't have a fire source, and we were specifically given the Hera Small.
Right, so here's what happens with that Hera Small, right? It doesn't exist. we don't think about it. We don't care about it because both of them are going to last located. So if that's your play, which Aldera, thank you for tracking, Keaton, thank you, our other tracker. If that's it, get comfy. It's going to be a minute. We do not look. We do not perceive it. We do not give it the time of day.
Well, we'll finally find out what's upstairs in Hera. That's going to be 3 more checks that we haven't seen yet. And we'll also see how Capitan's Hera Pod is.
Capitan, I think, does the hook shot setup. I'm pretty sure I've watched them do this. So yeah, this is... nope, too high. I don't know the buffer for this. I just YOLO this to hell.
Yeah. Oh, wow, he got it.
Okay, that works.
Whatever works.
But great, cool. Good job, Capitan. Didn't even know there was a buffer setup for it. Bless.
And the nice thing with hookshot and boots is you can just bounce back across this gap.
Exactly. Yeah, and to Inko's point too, is that like basically the Moldorm giving Aura the drop both times and Aura getting slot 0 is like massively frustrating on several accounts. I was really hoping that ledge key was a Desert Big Key just for like raw stupidity. And Aurabot saying, "All right, game, you win. I'm going back." Right, and again, Oh
Oh,
no!
Capitan gets hit with the middle hole.
Hmm. All right. Well.
Be careful there.
I mean, the worst thing that happens is Capitan has this cape, like, slow as hell, but you can do the thing.
But then you can't have the hammer equipped.
Sure, but you know what's worse than not getting my hammer hits?
Middle hole!
Yeah, dropping 2 stories a second time. Alright, Capitan's got
There
this.
we go.
I'm not even worried. Alright, Zora, what do you have today?
I mean, Zora has the lamp, and then does Saha have the moon pearl?
This early game is just stupid. Like,
Or else the moon pearl's in Hera basement, and we last located, because I don't see what Zora has to have the lamp at this point. And all we have left is... We have Saha, and then once we get the lamp, we have Hera basement. Am I missing anything?
Rossi, what I need you to do is you need to time out my teammate for asking her the Hera map and compass, because I forget this mode is dumb and maps and compasses are logical.
Yeah, I think it's been appearing. I've been seeing a lot of maps and compasses.
Put that man out of his misery. Mods.
I mean, the meme is Ban Zaf, not Ban Zaf's teammate, and that was just blue mail.
All right.
So
what do we have, Zora?
Yeah. Oh, did Capitan did Ice Rod Cave. Is he really going to charge the Water Walk rather than just fake Flipper? Okay.
Whatever floats your boat.
Charging the Water Walk on the left side, too. You don't see that very often.
Is it faster? Not a damn chance in hell. Unless it's a setting up for, like, the double Water Walk for the Zora item, which I don't think this is what this is. This is...
He's storing the...
Oh, he's storing it for, leaving, Hobo.
Hobo? Okay. Probably. What is he doing?
This is the NMG setup for throwing the bush, getting that, so he's going to swim up
Oh, to
Hobo.
line up for the fake Flipper. And Aura also takes a fall to Moldorm, but only one story.
Only one story, yeah. There's a little bit of knee breakage, but you're fine, you're good. Alright, Julo, creature of all nonsense, saying lamp for Pearl and CT1.
But we need to put the cape in logic first, because neither of our bows are logically available.
I'm with you, but we do have... Actually, yeah, no, there's no way that works. Yeah, that was why they Capitan armed the Water Walk. I don't know that that's faster, especially with everything else, but like it's more.
So it's got to be Hera Basement then, because Zora has to have the lamp, and then Hera Basement has our progression, most likely the Moon Pearl.
Or this is just the Moon Pearl sitting on.
Oh yeah, that would be a big joke if Zora has the Moon Pearl and the lamp is somewhere in the Dark World now that we have access.
Yeah. Like, are you asking me what's likely to happen is, you know, probably the Moon Pearl. Are you asking what's funny will be the lamp.
I want to see the lamp here. Because then it has to be Hera Basement.
Desert Big
No,
Cave, really?
unexpected. Oh boy! Flute back to 6.
Brother Fish, what the hell are we doing?
But Capitan is taking a detour to check the first chest of Aga Tower. I don't like this. I mean, you just got the Desert Big.
Oh, I absolutely hate this, but like at this point, this could be like, really, huh? You're gonna like this is fishing at this point for something here. Like this is not really.
No, Zora's fishing because literally.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Well, let's see what this silly chest has. Garbage, as expected. Now we will flute over to 6. Aurabot will also flute over to 6. And our runners are essentially tied because Capitan would have had a little bit of a lead if he hadn't.
Well, Capitan still has an Eastern clear up too, to be fair.
Oh, right. Aurabot does have to go back in there, I forgot. I still think this is going to be the lamp and our Moon Pearl's going to be in Hera Basement. The Seed sure has been feeding us big keys, though.
You're never upset to see most of these big keys. This is just getting...
I mean, do you beat Landmo while you're here if this is the lamp?
Yes. Yes.
I guess it's a... Oh,
Anyway.
okay. Moon Pearl. Figures. The game's no fun. Killjoy, really.
Also, please go to Hype Cave, I beg. No, this start is terrible. I hate this start so much.
I guess you hope
This
that
start is
Mirror
fine.
shows up.
No, Arm. This start is not fine. You're wrong, and I hate you. This start is terrible. Hype Cave is free real estate. You can save and quit from Hype Cave.
But then you feel obligated to check Stumpy and Dig Game.
Never have I ever.
Capitan is going into the front of Skull Woods. We did get 2 smalls, but I don't know. I feel like with those 2 smalls, it's likely that the game is going to give us a fire rod somewhere, and it's relatively unlikely that the place where that fire rod is going to be is the front of Skull Woods.
I mean, it's checks. I'll never turn someone down for doing free checks. I will turn them down. I mean, I will be upsetty for not doing the free Hype Cave checks, because that's the freest of real estate. People make choices in this game, Drosy.
I think Zaf likes Hype Cave.
I love Hype Cave. It's 5 items. It's fast as hell. You can leave. There's a select button on your controller that says save and quit.
How about getting Master Sword out of Brewery, though?
Cool. Great. Fine. Smiley face. You has more than 5 items? What top file? Count for me.
Oh, there's Desert Small, so suddenly right side Desert is available, logically. Village of Outcasts is where it's at.
If Hype Cave has Mitt's Mirror and something else, I'm gonna leave the commentary booth. Oh, look, it's the Big Key of Ice Palace. All right, cool. That's nice.
We're not going to be in there for a while.
Yeah,
there's Rock You Like a Burnacane. Which does absolutely 0 for us logically. Though, could be nice for the blind fight.
I mean, it's also nice because it's a little bit less magic for Spike Cave, although we do have a blue goo from Waterfall Fairy.
Oh yeah, Spike Cave's in Logic.
Yes, it is, Drosy.
You never know what might be there.
An item. Probably.
Was that French Vanilla Myth sitting there in Thieves Town? Because of course it was. And 300 more just in case, you know, you didn't get enough money already.
And I can hear Arm smugly just giggling to himself that the mitts are right there. I can hear it in my...
Well, I guess we take Jeremiah's World Tour now. Capitan wants to see if the cape gets him anything on Bumper Ledge.
Probably not. Nah.
Nope. And Hammer Pegs is not anything today.
Not just more cash, which we already have way too much of. It's gnarly that we have paid Zora and we are still sitting above, 1,000 rupees in this seed already. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, the seed is a wealth seed. Income redistribution.
Yeah, I don't love this going in here before checking the other stuff, but like, oh, so hey, Samari, what's up?
Okay, the game has gone to the trouble of giving us a Meyer Big and a Meyer Small, and we now have Ether available with that Master Sword.
You can't pay me to dip Fireless Meyer. No. No.
You probably want to wait for the mirror so you can at least do Silver's Vidi.
Or a fire source or anything. I'm not rushing to do that. Like, Meyer Shed also really good real estate. Free checks. But...
Meyer and something were the 5-6. I didn't catch what the
Meyer
first one
Eastern
was.
or 5-6.
Oh, okay. So, maybe the game wants us to do Pyramid Fairy.
With a fire source. In fact, with a lamp.
That's
So
true. A
touching
lot
that
of stuff is logically behind Lamp at this point. Hello, Fire Rod and Hype Cave.
look,
See,
It's my fire rod, Drossi.
yes, if CapitanBublo had just started with Hype Cave, he could have full cleared Skull Woods.
If Capitan could have heard me from 10 minutes in the past, future, some direction of time, yeah, absolutely. But like, whatever, it's fine. Hype K was a superior start at me. Thank you, Chulo.
It is nice having Dig Game be the second check, and hey, small key on Pyramid Ledge. Wonder if it's useful. Oh, there's our sewers key to put the bow in logic.
Okay, well that's in logic now. That's cute. I mean, that puts... Yeah.
Don't we feel great?
You say, do we feel great? And the answer is no.
Hookshot's still not in logic.
No.
And therefore Hera not in logic.
I also like this play from Aura. If I'm going all through the trouble of checking Pyramid Ledge, I want to go to Catfish as well. I'm also not the keenest on Capitan cutting the route at Hammer Pegs, but like, hey, sure, whatever. Listen,
He just doesn't like Hype Cave. He doesn't want his Fire Rod.
Did you touch Hammer Pegs? Yeah, 3 small key pot is assuredly a choice that is being made right now. Our runners are destined to give me the Julo Ninja 2, which is a small stroke on commentary.
I mean, 3 small keys really just puts the front in logic, right?
Yes. I mean, look, listen, key sanity math 3 rounds up to 4, but also, no.
There's Bombos. Maybe that's our Meyer entry.
Or Ice Palace? We don't need flippers. Flippers are a suggestion. I mean, we do need them.
I mean, we'll need them for Swamp.
Yes.
Where is Capitan going now?
Hammer Pegs.
Portal again. Is he really doing Purple Chest?
Yes, he is in fact doing Purple Chest, because I does not have the Fire Rod, so...
This makes me sad.
Brother, yes, this makes me incredibly sad. Why are we giving up on free 5 items? The freest 5est items of all time.
Beats me. Did we even check Stumpy?
On Bublo's side, absolutely not.
I mean, it's junk, but still. Pod has a pod small, because Pod always has a pod small. And hey, that puts the back in logic.
This game is terrible. This should put him in the hype cave. I mean, yes, but also normally at this point with no mirror, you would just save and quit. Like this. It's kind of
not having a good time of the arena.
Or
I'll say that much.
Yeah.
No, Aura, that's why you generally leave the room to the south and re-enter.
Aura's not having a good day today, and I feel this in my bones. Hype cave, brother. Brother, hype cave.
Well, now he has to flute to 7 and turn in that purple chest.
I'm aware.
Maybe hype cave. Ooh, Aura is really not having a good day. Down to 2 hearts as well. Oh.
What the hell is that?
We got rewarded
very useful
for that?
safety.
Listen.
Hey, there's our first CT small.
I'm gonna need a drink. Ninjembro, where you at?
I'm having a very nice hopped cider at the moment.
I am hydrated. But I am also very salty. Lucksack again, Macap. Listen, again, I'm rooting for Bublo, but I'm not rooting for Bublo's routing. If this makes allow me to be very clear on these feelings.
Aurabot with 4 pod smalls goes to
This is fine.
Harmless Hellway. Yeah, I guess that's fine. You hammer Yump and
you hammer Yump and then you just like Death Warp out the back.
Right.
And then you can scum it.
Or you don't hammer Yump, and I'm not quite sure what this is. We don't have the big key. Oh, just going here for the health refill? I mean, I realize this bodes well for you, but it's kind of unfortunate for Aura.
I agree. Like, I'm not... To be clear, I am rooting for Bublo on results for the group, but like this is just unfortunate because this is like it's a lot of time lost for Aura, and I can imagine that Aura is already not feeling great because of the early ping pong. Obviously, both like the seed makes you jump around, so you're probably not thinking the worst of this, but it's not a good feeling when like in an 80 key situation, it's 30 minutes, you've already done like 2 back and forth to the eastern area, triple dipping Zora, etc. for a Moon Pearl in the Desert Big Chest, right? Like, it's not a good feeling to start the seed, so you kind of get in a weird headspace about it.
And for all that I missed, was there anything in Dark Maze?
I'm gonna be real with you, probably not.
I approve of Bublo doing Catfish.
I approve of Bublo and Catfish. I approve of Aura.
2 checks right side Desert.
Yeah, like this is.
Oh, and finish Desert.
Yeah, this is finishing Desert. It's not great. Dark thing and items. Oh no.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Thank you, chat. That's why I didn't see any items in Pod Dark Maze. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, Aura not having like. This is unfortunate too. I think this might be Aura's first AD keys of the group, or they might have played one against Jammo.
Which is kind of funny because we know Aura's a perfectly good entrance rando racer, and I would consider entrance rando to be harder than AD keys.
It's a yes and no. It's a different skill. So okay, that's a nice Swamp Small. We're never upset to see that.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't do anything eventual right now, but we will 100% needed eventually.
I didn't even realize that Capitan just came straight here. Like, my head
After
is in my...
Catfish?
Yeah, listen, my head is in my hands.
I mean, I still want to see the Meyer play.
Well, now I want to see the Meyer play, but now this is awkward because you don't... I mean, it doesn't matter. Going back to Meyer is relatively free, but, like, getting Ether is a little bit gross.
Capitan has Tempered and a Fire Source.
Yeah, or
of course, right. We have to see what the Meyer medallion is.
Yeah.
Ether is still not in Logic.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, for all that,
yeah,
it's still logically behind the lamp along with the hook shot.
Madcap, I'm with you. Like, listen, I need you to sit down with Capitan and have some moderately kind but firm words after this, because I know that you will listen. I see you.
I don't know. I really find Meyer attractive knowing that it's the 5-6.
I find Meyer attractive.
I gaze at it longingly.
Well, listen, what you do in your spare time is great. I don't need to know the explicit details. But Meyer Shed is a very quick save and quit, 45 seconds, 2 checks, right? Like, and it's information. What reason in the world is there not to go to Ice Palace? Listen. Yes. I hear you. Oh, good double hit on that fire on.
Yeah, this is where it definitely helps Capitan to have Tempered since he ran out of magic. That's our 3rd TR small.
Great. That is a full clear. I mean, with an ice rod, that's a full clear TR of keys.
Yeah, and it even puts Laser Bridge in Logic again, assuming TR is either Bombos or well. Okay, fine, lamp and all that. Hey, we're finally getting a Meyer play.
Yeah, because if nothing else, then you know you do this. Like, I don't know how comfortable Capitan is with, like, Dark Meyer. I assume moderately. Like, we're in the main tournament.
And it's Bombos.
It's Bombos. That's kind of I mean, this is a crystal, right? Like, or we'll eventually find the Bombos, but, like...
I mean, Smith Chain could be a while.
Smith Chain could be a while, too, because Thieves is a pendant, and the one thing that would pull Aura potentially back really is Thieves Big, because, like, Fire Rod isn't going to pull them to the Smith Chain.
And since this is Key Sanity, Meyer has 8 items.
It is an 8-item cave. At Tawfile. Yeah, this is in Logic. I mean,
of course, we only have 1 small, so technically the Firelocked side isn't in Logic, but you do it anyway.
You better do it. Do not skip. With 1 key, do not skip the left side. That is nonsense. I have strong feelings for someone who would do such a thing.
Well, the 1 key at least is enough to put Lobby Chest and Map Chest in Logic.
I see Tweedledee and Tweedledum are just having fun in chat. Julo and Tawfile, I see you too. There's something in bottles. Capitan has a blue from Waterfall. Capitan, we are not skipping left side, brother.
Oh, Lamp! My beloved friend!
Oh, no. Anyway, people who dip Fireless Meyer are unfairly rewarded today, and I have...
I mean, this does help conserve magic, right?
If you are the kind of person who dips Fireless Meyer, I will buy you a plane ticket so I can backhand you so you can leave low Earth orbit, because that is nonsense.
See? Didn't even have to do Hype Cave so soon. as aurabot finishes Eastern, so both of our runners have now completely cleared the Light World dungeons if we pretend that Hera Basement doesn't exist.
Hera Basement doesn't exist. It's a post-GT check at this point, potentially.
It's in logic now.
Have these runners given a single flying $5 bill about logic? No.
But yes, Aldera reminding us that Laser Bridge is fully in logic now as long as TR entrance is not Quake.
Yes. Well, no. Oh, yeah, sorry. It was Latin out. Yes.
Yes.
Keep forgetting that we did actually finally get that. Why?
What the? We just skipped 3 chests on right.
What
well,
about
we'll
the
get
rest of this
one.
dungeon? Capitan! Brother!
He's going. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this routing before.
I don't think this is the...
I don't
Madcap?
know whether this routing is efficient or not, but it's a route.
This is a way through the dungeon. This is the John Madden route of Misery Mire. Old Key Sanity route that Azazas did? Maybe, but...
Wow. Well, Azazas was a good runner.
Azazas was a great runner, but Azazas, I don't know that this is... I respect you so very much. What's the next thing to this? Okay, fine. That's fair. But also...
Oh, well, another heart container from Pieces of Heart. And hey, burn is useful. As we get our second CT small.
That's gonna be great, because that's...
So that is the first one for Capitan. Where was the other CT small?
It's over in Pod.
Oh, right. So he'll get it.
Yeah, no.
As long as he doesn't go back to CT for one chest.
I strongly doubt this, right? Yeah, also Azazas, what year is this? Listen. Fine, fantastic runner. Hopefully enjoying retirement.
And there's our 4th TR small sitting in ice, so... Yeah, the only question is, when do you go into TR looking for your ice rod and lava chest?
When I've done everything else?
So, mirror and pyramid?
No.
Something's got to be in pyramid, because the game did give us the 5-6 in logic pretty quickly.
Drosy, the only thing that has to be in pyramid are 2 checks. It doesn't have to be anything. It could be something. There's Quake.
Okay, so we can get into TR.
We can.
I mean, between the 2 runners' knowledge.
Inko, now you understand why I was swearing in commentary the other day? Julo Ninja, at a distance.
Capitan, why aren't you just using your bow?
Listen, it's fine. Arrows are precious.
Oh, and there's powder sitting in ice, and there's another pod small. So Capitan will be able to full clear since we know there's a pod small in pod.
Yes.
Though we still don't have a pod big.
No, we don't.
Maybe that's in pyramid.
Drosy, I understand that you want something in pyramid.
I do.
I hear you. Nothing has to be there.
My ego demands it.
That's sincerely a you problem.
And Capitan is going to have an easier time of cold stare with that tempered sword. Aurabot is using as many fire rod shots as he can. Capitan getting these blue potions leads me to think he is going to ice.
Yeah, Aura's fine though. Aura's got 2 puffs down out of 3. I say that. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you say that as Aura takes a puff to the face and becomes Oko, but it's okay. This is fine.
Everything's fine.
See, our wise tracker thinks Ice Rod is in Pyramid. And Capitan just
Listen, Aldera, I've said lots of nice things about you, but don't make me take them back.
And when Zaf gets into that ASMR voice, you know he's serious. I can't believe what I'm reading in chat right now.
Just close chat. Chat is not happening.
So
yeah, we're tied up on dungeons apiece, although Capitan's about to hit Skullwoods pretty comfortably.
I'm excited by Magic Bat. I like Magic Bat. Magic Bat is junk.
I would say there's your logic for Skullwoods, but I'm not even going to be that mean. Like, I just...
Hey, we still don't have our third Skullwood Small. It's probably just in Bridge Chest.
True. Possibly, probably.
Or maybe it's in Pyramid Fairy.
At Adder on deck, Rick, how could you do this to me? I thought we were friends.
Not too bad of a moth fight there.
It's a solid moth.
Like Aurabot's going for the same.
Yeah.
Though this sword advantage is definitely going to help Capitan slowly build a bit of a lead.
I predict no flippers on Mothula. Okay, dude. Yeah, and also Aura still has to do the fun of Skullwoods as well, so this is going to be some extra checks, which I think is amounting to a whole lot of nothing, aside from the burn, but... Yeah, so we're still just missing the GT big, the pod big, and the thieves big for big keys, correct?
That sounds right.
Also, for our tracker on the right side, Capitan does have the Swamp Small whenever you do get a chance, please and thank you. Which is a perfect segue. Thank you to our trackers, Aldera and Keaton, doing the hard work so I don't have to. I just get to sit here and...
shoot the breeze with me.
Shoot the breeze. Appreciate you.
Didn't know you ever appreciated me.
It comes and goes. Don't ruin the moment.
On the occasions when I'm not banning you.
Yeah,
Got
well. Look, they let me out of my cage to do commentary. I'll go back momentarily. It's fine. Yeah, and of course, please give our runners a follow. Twitch.tv/CapitanBublo, Twitch.tv/aurabot. They are putting on a good show for us.
They really are, and I am also excited for Capitan's face-off with Jamo. I believe that's scheduled for Sunday, the last day of
yeah,
group.
it's at the end of, like, it's down to the wire, and I think it was just with Capitan being a normal human being when it comes to European scheduling hours, and then Jamo having, I think, a West Coast, like the 9-hour time difference is rough. So.
Oh, I mean, yes, Europe's turned back their clocks, so this race
hours.
only began at midnight Capitan's time. Well, by November 3rd, we'll have turned back our clocks, so
Fair.
It'll be back to 9 hours. But yes, so Capitan started this race at midnight his time. And there's Capitan's 4th TR Small. A reminder to chat that both runners do know where Ether is because it's vanilla!
Smile, smile, smile. Good lineup. Nicely done. Really good ice. bomb jump in Ice Palace. Not the Ice Palace bomb jump, but a different one. Aura on Hammer Moth, but in a really good spot. Looking nicely done.
Yeah, that was a very nice Hammer
That
Moth.
was.
So that is the 5th dungeon for Aurabot. Capitan about to finish his 6th dungeon.
Yeah. Where is Aurabot? I mean, this might be Meyer. Yeah, this might be Meyer Shed. Yep. And then they'll see the Bombos, and then what will be interesting is which medallion is also TR. Which Aura will... Again, Aura plays entrance, or is, I think, reasonably decent at logic track. We'll probably figure out, okay, something's not right here because I don't have a lamp to put the hookshot in logic, so probably not TR. They may be trying to, like, jump ahead, but at some point you kind of have to rein in this, like, hookshot lamp logic, because it's kind of actually critical for the seed. So it's worth figuring out sooner rather than later.
You mean you're conceding that Lamp in Meyer is legit?
I'm conceding it happened and it made sense for the seed. Are you asking me, do I enjoy it? No.
You will enjoy it.
I'm being forced to endure it.
It's like Vogon poetry. Please tell me you're familiar with Hitchhikers.
I am, sorry. No, I was...
Okay, cool.
Sorry, my eyes were very much glued to Capitan getting to the 1 heart range, so please forgive me. I just had a scary moment.
That's why he got all those potions. And hey, this is our first look at Dark Death Mountain on Aura's side. If I'm Capitan, I'm thinking probably Pyramid Fairy and then Dark Death Mountain, maybe a Pod Dive, but I don't know, I feel like Dark Death Mountain ahead of Big Keyless Pod. Oh, and hey, Ice Rod's sitting right there, so are the flippers! Everything's
so we
good.
are, yeah, everything's there. Yeah, I don't like this choice if it's Ether, because this is actually a really obnoxious, like, potentially multi-dip. Although maybe Aurabot is saying there's no shot that it actually matters. Or maybe they're just like, I'm gonna get a mirror here.
So, maybe I'm getting a mirror here.
Why?
And the bug net.
I don't give a shit about that item.
Language
The mirror...
mister.
Okay, fine. That's my one.
And it's Bombos.
Okay.
So I guess we don't need Ether.
Anyway, so you were saying there's gonna be nothing in this bloody Pyramid Fairy.
I don't know, Pod Big? Thieves Big?
If Pod Big is here, I'm eating someone's hat.
Vanilla Butter Sword?
I'll have to eat a hat.
And Capitan is going for Dark Death Mountain. Okay, so... Oh,
and he's going to be able to just full clear TR here, and then he'll be able to full clear Swamp. And then... We do know that Pod is a crystal. Go ahead, sorry.
No, just Aurabot is a man after my own heart.
Why?
Spike Cave.
It's a check. You do it at the end of this route. Unfortunately, it's got a whole lot of nothing.
Yes, but I love Spike Cave. I can't help it.
I'm sorry? I don't know what to tell you. That's a choice that you're making.
I'm a hopeless romantic, me and Spike Cave, you know?
What? There is so much to unpack that is so clinically wrong with that. All right, Captain, what I need you to do is not immediately jump into TR here. Do me a solid, check everything else first, get your ice rod.
I mean, I would hope any runner not in go mode would do Super Bunny Cave and Hookshot Cave before TR.
Yes. Okay. I mean, there are people that just like see check, do check. I get it.
And aurabot does have
Yeah,
swamp available.
Yeah, this is. I mean, we have the swamp starter kick again. Still not in logic, but at this point, whatever.
You mean because that lamp that's in mire behind the bombo switches on the blacksmith?
That is the logical chain, Droth. I know what more you want me to say, but yes, that is in fact what has occurred in this.
Hey, R can actually do smiths with the mirror now.
If there was a world that I could reach through the internet and strangle you, I would need to post bail.
Anyway, we're seeing some new checks in Swamp on Aurabot's side, and we're seeing some new checks in TR on Capitan's side, so...
Yeah, if the pod big is here, this is... I mean, this will be GT mode, because like I said that we do
we
know...
still need Thieves big. Oh, right, you said Thieves is a pendant.
Thieves
right?
is a pendant, so yeah, it would
Hey,
be...
at least...
Go ahead.
No, at least we have both CT smalls, or we know both CT smalls.
Yeah, so it would just be a hunt for the Thieves big. Because the pod big is basically going to show up outside of GT, obviously, because of the crystals.
So what is our third... Oh, Swamp's our third pendant,
Swamp's
right? We
our
see
third
that
pendant,
on
yeah.
Aurabot's side.
I guess Aura also grabbed the key, the pre-specky... Okay, yeah.
Hey, Eastern's in Logic now. I'm sure Armalex is very happy to have seen that map now.
Oh, big smiley face. Or pulling Thieves GT big on left side swamp here would be very helpful. Probably the thought here is that Capitan might end up doing swamp. Well, yes. That would probably be a considerably good out.
There's our last pod small, and there's the pod big on left side swamp, because of course it is.
So that's unfortunately not really good for Aura.
Right, Aura is going to be pulled farther away from that bombos.
That is in fact the worst thing I think for Aura right now.
And hey, the nice thing about all those TR smalls is we can check Lava Chest with impunity.
Yeah.
For some arrows.
The problem, too, is that I don't know when Aura's getting either of those swords as well. Which is...
Right.
Not
because
the
Aura's...
worst. Yeah, go sorry.
Yeah, no. Aura's gonna be in GT mode by that point. But by the point of getting bombos.
Yeah. So they will probably be on Master Sword until the end of the game.
Which is a huge gap.
Might get Purple Chest Sword, not a chance. Not when you pull Bombos on smiths. Probably if there's no auras in, there's no shot.
Well, Zaf, it looks like you may get your wish of playing in a tiebreaker race.
Listen, yes, it excites me, but again, I don't want to wish ill on a runner, right? Like I said, I always have a vested interest in Bublo winning, but like the way the seed has kind of broken for Aura is just, it's not. Big Key of Thieves Town, okay.
Guess
Ooh,
we're not
shoot.
finding that in GT.
You're not finding that. No, we are actually going to be 100%, and there is nothing in GT mode, which is.
Well, GT Big could be in GT Basement.
Look, listen. Yes. But the second we find the GT Big, we don't have to worry about anything else. Like, what we will.
Mushroom?
Ooh. Okay, Aura's saying, this is my logic back, I think. Or no, this is just going to be, okay, this is getting these checks, but...
Right, R knows Lamp can't be here, but I don't think he knows anything beyond that.
I don't know if Aura is really tracking logic at this point. I think they're just going for what density they have.
Also fair. Wow, we really are a GT Big from no mode, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yeah, Capitan's pretty much in like a really good spot at the moment. Like this is going to be kind of hard. The worst thing at this point is the pod big key, but like there's not a lot of the world to look elsewhere for.
Right. I mean, you're gonna do left side swamp at this point, I would hope.
You might go look for the pod big key and pod, but honestly, then you just go right back to left side swamp, which sucks, but that's still not like a major. It's not a huge time sink.
And disappointment for Aurabot incoming.
Really? We're still, I mean, I'm sure, I guess. I don't. Okay. Or it won't be on Master Sword. I would have absolutely bailed on that bomb.
Okay, well, I mean...
Sure, I guess. That's a choice.
But fluting to 4 rather than 7?
Listen, right now I'm contemplating things right now. I'm contemplating what I'm missing, what I need, right? Like, I did find the Bombos. Or it's probably doing a count of, like, what do I need?
So, Aura is, I guess, wanting to check Bombo's tablet, and there is the Swamp Big, so Capitan can now full clear Swamp.
Ooh. God, if that's a GT big key there. Blech. Blech. No reason to think the chest isn't GT big key. Sure. The counterpoint to that is I've just been given a medallion that says, here are 12 items go, or 20 items, actually, because it's 12 in TR and 8 in Meyer.
And Mimic Cave.
And Mimic Cave and everything else, right? Like, I don't really know that I care too much about that. I can clean it up later. Like, it is a gross one-off, to be sure. But in that position, I'm certainly not feeling okay about the rest of the seed. I want to go.
So what is on Bombos?
Whole lot of nothing.
Capitan also making me weep with joy. Okay, so let's see here. Capitan has full clearable swamp, full clearable thieves. Aurabot still needs to finish 4 dungeons. Plus GT.
Yes.
Capitan going for thieves first because he seems to really like CAC Portal.
I mean, admittedly, this potentially gives you the thought of do I do left side or not, but also like at this point, I don't know. This feels. I mean, this is like we know more than likely this is nothing, but this does leave a very unfortunate. Oh wait, we did pick up a Thief Small at some point, which I totally missed. So never mind. I thought that we had missed.
Yeah, no, Thief Small was really early.
Okay, I apologize. I was about to go on the whole thing about like this is leaving a potentially gross orphan, but no, we have a Thief Small, which I
Thief
don't
Small
remember.
was before even Hammer. I think it was in CAC.
Ignore everything I just said.
I mean, ignore everything you say in general.
All right, well, I'm about to swear, and this one's entirely warranted.
Me?
Yes, you. In particular, you. If I'm a fan of Aurabot, I'm trying to figure out what advantages Aura has over Capitan, and none, unfortunately, come to mind.
Anyway,
I think what I'm trying to figure out is what are Aura's outs at the moment? Because the pod big is not going to be forever, obviously.
right, Capitan has... I mean, maybe Capitan checks Ped after this because he's in the neighborhood. No, he hasn't done Swamp yet. Though knowing him, maybe he just reads Ped to read Ped. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the other CT Small is just in Pod Julo, so like it's not as though... Like Capitan's probably going to be clearing it out.
There's Aura's lamp at an hour 20.
Yeah, probably doesn't feel great either. It is in... Oh god, where was it? I think it was in U Room. But the thing too is that like Aura, it's like the sequence I'm actually seeing is like Aura does Swamp, then Capitan does Swamp, doesn't do left side, then clears everything out of Pod, and then has to go back for a couple really crappy checks in that are left in the overworld, which at this point is basically just Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, we haven't seen Graveyard Ledge.
Graveyard Ledge, I think, is the only overworld check that we do not have done at this point. And then back to left side Swamp.
Now, I'm curious, like... Capitan will be able to check Swamp big when he goes there.
Yes. That would be absolutely horrific if that's a GT Biggie as well.
Yeah. That would be flat out GG's.
Like, it's already a very strong advantage for Capitan, but, like, that would be pretty much lights out.
Yeah, I'm also trying to think, like, where could Aura find the GT big key that Capitan won't go?
I'm not really sure at this point, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's something crazy like the second CT chest and Capitan goes to GT before checking that and Aura doesn't.
The look on my face right now, Capitan's saying, okay, screw it, I'm gonna go check Graveyard Ledge anyway. Like, I'm leaving this here and then leave me no other orphans. Capitan apparently hates children, because this man hates orphans. So, bless him.
I mean, I appreciate his thoroughness. If GFE's in chat, I'm sure GFE appreciates his thoroughness.
GFE's in bed. It's too late for that, man.
What do you mean he always races at 9 or 10?
Alright, where are we fluting to here?
Well, Graveyard Ledge is nothing, which means Gilgamesh is nothing by proxy. Sorry, Gil.
Checkerboard is actually something that can be done, but yeah, okay, so
Yeah. Aura will probably check it after Meyer. I guess that's an out for Aura.
That's possibly not for Aura, yeah, as if Graveyard Ledge is, or Checkerboard something, yeah.
And here goes Capitan into Swamp. I expect a full clear.
Well, I expect 8 of 10, honestly. I think it is very likely that Capitan does not do left side swamp here and then ping pongs back and forth.
Oh.
Which I don't think is unreasonable.
That
I mean,
would give Aura some time back, because
it'll give you time back, yeah, for sure.
Capitan would then have to do the hedge maze twice. I don't know, your go -3, because Capitan, of course, doesn't know that the other CT small is in pod.
It's possible, and you'd be right. Like, I think that maybe you could potentially do it. It certainly depends if Swamp Big is anything and anything else, but yeah, no, I agree. Like, I think there's definitely where you do 8 of 10 here, for sure.
Nice music to groove to as well.
Oh, I mean, the Grand Pool MSUs are phenomenal, so...
Well, we are going to see what CT2 is.
All right. We're going left side. I'm sure. All right. Listen, I appreciate these runners being thorough. I don't know that that's not going to work. No shot. I think that bomb was way too low.
Oh, dang it. I was looking at... What?
Alright.
Why are you getting the... Okay.
Because Capitan did the diver down setup for that, he had to go there to trigger the bomb, but he didn't need the key. I'm not even...
Yeah, no, I know he had to go in there, but... Yeah, grabbing the key, I guess
you just skip the Phelps key, yeah.
I was watching that, so I missed what the second CT chest was, but I assume it was nothing, or chat would be
absolutely
going crazy.
Nothing. So yeah. All right. Well, I mean, this is just a really good position for Capitan.
Yeah, he'll presumably full clear pod, and that will just put him in GT mode.
Yeah.
Maybe GT Big is just sitting on Helmet King.
It's possible. I mean, listen, at this point, I'm not going to presume to, like, point to anything, because, like, clearly the whole first 30 minutes of the seed was just playing pranks on us, but CT2 is, it's either in Compass or Dark U, Telethar. But yeah, I mean, we get comfy. We get Aurabot doing Aga. I suspect.
Knowing Capitan, he could well do Bombos and K45 before he goes into pod.
I mean, he's been so incredibly thorough, it wouldn't surprise me. Aura has also been incredibly thorough and has been forced into a bunch of, like, really not so great double dips as well. So, like,
yeah. Well, that's the problem.
Like, I don't... The problem is, we are now at a point where I once again don't know what Aura's out is. Because Aura also will, like, have to go back and do, like, for instance, the back of pod as well. So Capitan, like, unless... Again, unless he bails on, like... Alright, I guess we are skipping the Phelps key, obviously. Does, like, 6 of 14 or something, but still awkward.
Okay, I guess Capitan just likes to skip the Phelps key.
Sure.
I can respect that.
Yeah, Aura also has Waterfall Fairy and Catfish as like 3 random checks, and Graveyard Ledge, and. So, like,
Don't forget Pyramid Fairy.
yes, there is the other sword there, but sure, yeah.
I mean, maybe Capitan goes and checks Ped. Who knows?
You gotta go. You have to go pod now. We're skipping Bombo's tablet for sure. That check's been dead as hell.
Okay, yes, Capitan is even skipping K45. I get it. Get some convergence on pod. And this will be Capitan's 10th dungeon, while Aura still needs to do TR and Thieves.
Yes. Which, if GT Big Key is just on GT Basement, maybe Aura plays for it, but like they might also say, well, I need to go do Thieves now that I have the Thieves Big Key out of TR, so...
Even then, doing Thieves is not short. You have to get to the back to bomb the floor and all that.
I'm with you. Like that is a solid 3 minutes. Like you don't get to skip, right? That is time that Captain has already invested. So even if Captain does go on a wild goose chase.
Oh, chat reminding us about Harrow Basement.
This is the unfortunate part of being on Speed Gaming is I cannot curse all of you out. It is a check that exists. Both runners are going to do it very late.
And, well, as Incoherent points out, if you go to GT Basement, it is the logical next check if you don't find it in GT Basement.
I have so many questions about this route through pod, but like sure, Capitan, again, bless your heart, you got the CT. Don't understand this route through this dungeon. Someone make this make sense.
Yeah, he didn't bomb the hammer yump. Ooh, is that Skull Woods big? Of course, the temptation. Well, that's we can check that on our way to bed, right? Monster doing GT Basement and Harrow Basement.
What's wrong with this route? Teletar, what's right with this route? Go ahead and walk me through this one.
I mean, Teletar himself is a fan of unorthodox pod routing. Hey, there's our third Meyer Small. The left side's in logic. So for real, what do we have left? I mean, there's Skull Big, there's Ped, outside of GT Basement, of course. Skull Big, Ped, Harrow Basement. Aurabot did checkerboard, right?
Aurabot did checkerboard, it was nothing, correct?
Yeah. Well, clearly it was nothing, because the only thing useful it could have been would have been the GT Big Key at this point.
Right. It's the Mushroom or GT. Which that Mushroom was what? Crystal Roller, I think?
Yeah. Oh, right, I forgot about the Mushroom, thank you.
Someone, I think Top House said it in chat. I'm like looking away right now because I'm writing up a 3-paragraph response to Telethar about why being an asshat in Twitch chat is not right. But also, at this point, like, our runners are just, they're full clearing one behind the other, so.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in Capitan's situation, you do check Mushroom before you go to GT. You probably don't take the time to check anything else, but who knows?
I mean, at this point, that would be the only thing you do, because you're not going, like, if you do the one-offs, it is because you were either so convinced that you were so very far ahead, or you are too conservative. And Capitan has been very conservative. I don't know that they are go back for Skullwood's big, go back for everything else conservative at this point.
Yeah, that's a big ask. I mean, I feel like you do Mushroom, you do GT Basement, you do Hera Basement, you do Castle Tower, and then you start clearing up the loose ends. But Capitan really does like CAC Portal, so maybe he does go for Skullwood's big chest.
I couldn't fathom it at this point.
Where's he
Well,
footing to?
yeah.
Do I imagine? No?
This is just doing CT first, which
Okay. I get it. You have to do it anyway, so it's one check, and yeah. What happened on Aura's side?
I think maybe just a small hiccup.
Yeah. He hasn't forfeited or anything, so nothing went wrong there. Let's see. His actual stream is fine.
It might be a.
So hopefully it unhiccups soon.
It's just a little bit of a hiccup. These things happen. We get comfy because it's all the stuff we have seen before.
If we don't have Aura back in about 20 seconds, I'm going to relaunch the drawing app because this is all stuff we've seen before on both sides anyway, so it's not like we're missing stuff.
I mean, go ahead, hit the old CRT. And like, you know, that's how Grandpa taught me to fix the TV. Go ahead. SpeedGaming could use it.
Okay. Also, Aura is streaming at 1080 with no transcoding, which isn't great, but what can you do?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speed Gaming After Dark. It's radio time.
Okay, looks like aurabot's stream has now caught up. We just need to wait for the restream buffer to catch up, or the restream 2 buffer.
Well, I can tell you all, Aurabot is probably still in TR. Aurabot is not going to find
Okay,
anything.
here we go.
Yeah, perfect. What did I do? Lots. How much time do we have?
Oh. Nice Gilgamesh soundtrack. Again, shout-outs to Gilgamesh, who isn't here.
Good old battle at the big bridge. Aurabot was technically not in TR. I see you, and I will go to your house and slap you. Do not tempt me, like others before you. G10 is going to be close. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Aura has to go into GT here. And
Yeah.
there is, I don't think, anything left on the table to push, to like give...
Well, I mean, I think you might check Mushroom first. We still haven't done that.
Fair. I guess
You're
more...
a bonk.
Yeah. More to the point of Aura is still down to Thieves. I'm not really sure what's left to give Capitan the L.
Oh, sorry. I mistook which runner you were talking about. I thought
No. Sorry.
Capitan. Right. Aura does have to go into GT from here.
Yeah.
Capitan not checking Mushroom, a little bit surprising.
Again, 20, 22 checks, 23 checks, I guess, because never mind, we know Aether's have. Like, we have checks enough to do, right? Like,
No, the 23rd is Hera Basement.
Right. Yeah, both winners have done Castle Towers. Like, this is going to be like, wherever it is, if it's just in GT, it's like, it's unfortunate, but or it's just back the Thieves time now. If it's not, I mean, it's certainly interesting whatever happens next, but Aura has to go GT here, and then they also have a litany of small one-offs to do as well. It's gonna be like just right in Hope Room or something silly like that.
Yeah, probably. Well, that is Aurabot's 7th crystal.
Yeah, I mean, that again, we are GT mode.
Hey, there are the boots. Which have no logical implications whatsoever.
Yeah, we did see Swamp Big Chest, which was, I think, just Piece of Heart or some junk fill.
Yeah, it was junk. Now, Skull Big Chest, on the other hand.
I mean, yeah. Again, like, at this point, I'm trying to remember what's left out in the world. Skull Big, Ped, and I don't remember what Aura hasn't done aside from Pyramid, but like...
He hasn't done Bombos or Cave 45 for sure, or Checkerboard.
Well, no, Capitan's not done.
Oh, sorry. You say Aura, I keep thinking of Capitan.
Right, but okay. So I'll rather ask this question: if you don't runners collectively, is there like there is no oversight that Capitan's not going to go back for? And I like even the worst of Capitan's leftover checks is still, I don't think, the Thieves clear worth of time if it doesn't happen to be here.
Oh, there it is.
Well, that is...
Hey, you get a play-in tiebreaker race.
I get something. I mean...
They'd better restream that, just saying.
I don't have those powers. That's not something I have control over.
What's the rule for tiebreakers? If all involved players can agree to a mode, they play that mode, otherwise they play AD keys?
Yep. And I'm sure as hell not playing open. Not letting people pick that nonsense.
Well, we'll guess we'll see what
You'll
Aurabot
probably
wants
see-
to play.
We'll probably see AD keys.
Probably. Well, maybe Aurabot won't want that after this. Maybe he'll play Cross Hunt.
God bless.
As we said early on, Aurabot has a better track record at entrance modes.
Yeah, and to be fair too, I think like Aura, it felt like the majority of what happened was really like maybe a bit of an early kind of, I don't want to say like mishaps, but like you could tell the hands weren't doing too well because like with the Harapot stuff and everything else, it was a chunk of time, and it wasn't as though I think there was really any sort of egregious routing differences or mishaps. Like Capitan kind of got to one tap Eastern early, but like with that entire sequence, the Moon Pearl, it wasn't really super, like it wasn't a big swing one way or the other, but it was just a lot of small things early that kind of put Aura behind, and I don't think Capitan really let up on the lead after that. Yeah, I guess there was also the early pod dip too, which like it didn't help on time because it was nothing aside from the CT small.
So just to recap the situation for this group, assuming nothing horrible happens to Capitan in the next 5 minutes, then Aurabot and my dear Kokam here are tied at 3 and 3, having each split with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And so that guarantees that they have to play a tiebreaker race. Now, Capitan plays Jamo on Sunday. Jamo is 3 and 2, so if Jamo wins that, he wins the division outright, and Capitan is eliminated. If Capitan beats Jamo, then all runners in this division will have split with each other, and we will need a 4-way tiebreaker race to resolve that.
Which unfortunately will just be AD keys because there's not a shot in hell the 4 of us will agree to a single mode.
I mean, have we ever had a 4-way tiebreaker in the main tournament? I'm not sure we have.
I don't know that we have, but
We've certainly had 3 ways.
we had 2 3-ways last year?
Yeah, I think we had one at 4 and 2 and one at 2 and 4.
But yeah, I suspect that whatever happens, the tiebreak of this group is going to be AD keys, and that's that.
They're not even looking for half magic.
I mean, I think they both have multiple blues, and also it is the end of the game, where like you pick up.
And Capitan has butter and silvers. Honestly, Aurabot played this well. It's just really hard to come back from that Bombo situation.
Yeah, I mean, AD keys is also like that was probably the biggest thing, was that looking for the Bombos and Smith was a bit of time. Shocked that they actually managed to still get tempered, because that was a situation where like you honestly say, okay, I have Bombos, I now have 20 items. So that was at least one good thing. The double dips of Eastern and Pod probably didn't help, and then this is a mode where like it's really hard to pull a margin sometimes too without significant gambles, and they both played this really full cleary, right? So
both runners having a bit of trouble with this Agate 2 fight, though. There we go on Capitan's side. Okay, down goes Agatu for Aurabot as Capitan is getting ready to drop into Ganon.
Yep. Capitan gets to pig roast. Aura still has to go do thieves.
I think that's past phase 4. Okay, Capitan not
We
getting
are-
any chances.
Yeah, I mean, you have the blue.
I mean, did I say past phase 4? I meant past phase 2.
It's fine. Look, numbers are hard. I get it.
Yes. Counting past 2 is difficult. Gets the torch glitch, not that we need it that badly, though it's always nice to have. And this should be 4, so get your GGs in for Capitan as long as he doesn't fall off the bridge.
Yeah, guys, gals, non-binary pals, please get both of your G's in chat for CapitanBublo, who will walk across the bridge. Hopefully first, here momentarily. There we go. GG's to Capitan. And I think with Aura hanging out in the corner, that might be a forfeit from them as well.
Yeah, it shows that R forfeited 9 seconds after Capitan's finish, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and realistically, it was kind of just the couple of double dips and looking for Meyer that are looking for the Bombos. I think we'll be momentarily joined here by Capitan. See him down there in the channel. I can't pull him up. I don't have that kind of power.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can come up
Yeah.
here when he's ready.
He's
I don't know if
ready.
he's waiting for Aura or what.
Yeah.
Ah, here we go. Welcome, CapitanBublo. GG.
Hello, GG's.
GG's good, sir. Thank you for keeping my hopes alive.
And your own hopes of a 4-way tiebreaker race.
Yep, I really need to fight for that to make it happen. I need to win my next race, and I would be able to save myself and force that 4-way tie, which would be pretty exciting, to be honest.
Yeah, we were discussing that we don't think there's ever been one in the main tournament before.
Oh,
So, yeah. Who knows? But anyway, did you figure out what your key play was in this race?
honestly, I'm not sure. I was playing pretty safe because we were getting so many items early on that I knew every single key would be able to open a lot of stuff. So I didn't want to leave anything on the way, and that's one of the reasons why I, for example, delayed going Palace of Darkness a lot. So I ended up going to TR, and then there was the mirror and the flippers and the ice rod. There was everything that I needed.
Yeah.
So probably that was a big one.
Also, we're also joined, by the way, Aura. GG.
GG's.
So Capitan, backing up from that, the key thing was actually your early Smith play before the mirror to get Bombos. Because Aura didn't do Smith until after getting the mirror.
Yeah, it was...
Yeah, since we didn't have the mirror, and as I said, I wanted to get everything on the way because of the amount of items we had. I decided to do that, which I wasn't 100% sure if it was a good idea, but obviously then after I got the Bombos, and Bombos was precisely the only medallion that we needed, so it was definitely a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, we were kind of watching things too, and the getting all of the items right in Hookshot Cave and like Super Bunny were like, because I mean, y'all were both kind of like doing dungeons, but like weren't really getting a lot of big items, and then Aura makes it there first and pulls Ice Rod, Flippers, Mirror, but didn't have the bombos at that point, so it was like, okay, well, it kind of gets a little bit crazy, and then Aura, you did left side first, which I assume at that point was you were still looking for things, like there's still so much left out in the world looking for the bombos. Um, and then you pull a big key, and for a moment I think everyone kind of like held their breath for a second, because if it's the GT big or Thieves big, it gets kind of gnarly, because like that could be just something you look later, and when it was the pod big, it's like, oh crap, that's just required. So yeah, and early on I know, like I kind of read the chat as well, it's like y'all were kind of in lockstep for most of the seed, because the early game just had y'all ping-ponging about. Like that, the Hera not aside, like after, like what was your thought, like the first 30-45 minutes to see, like, all right, where's this bloody moon pearl? Like walk me through your thoughts early on.
That was the sequence. It was getting quite annoying. I was like, all right, I've done all the good checks that I would like to do. Now what? Eastern, I don't want to. Desert, I don't want to. And then eventually, I think I last located the moon pearl, I think.
Y'all were both pretty much in, like, there were, the one bit of the early game was that Capitan had gotten to do Eastern in one shot, so like that little bit of time was like a little bit of difference, like, but yeah, y'all were basically in lockstep to getting that moon pearl, like within a couple seconds of each other. So
yeah, and I held off Eastern for a while, because even with the bow and big key, I'm not confident enough doing the back room in the dark.
Sure.
So I don't think that would have made a huge difference. That was more execution problems. I think I went into Hyrule Castle with just enough bombs, wasted a bomb, and then I don't know why my Hera pot didn't work the first time. I had to leave and then go back to Hera.
So when you pick up an item when it's in the air, it causes a weird mislot, and with doing those setups, like the Raiden pot setups, it will actually not let you hookshot into it. So yeah, you'd have to like leave and go back out basically for that. But it was basically the Moldorm dropping a bomb both times kind of beefed you on that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess probably just like go through any door and reset the room probably would have fixed it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I wound up going back there pretty quick when I found the big key anyway.
Yeah, and that was the thing too, is we were kind of left guessing. It's like, Capitan, I think, early peaked the big key on Desert Ledge and was like, okay, that's something, right? And this whole time we're going back and forth, like, basically when it kind of came down finally to Zora, like we had seen the Hera big key, I was almost expecting the Desert Ledge key to be the Desert big key, because I was like, there was so little left in logic. I was like, what nonsense could this be? And then when it was TR, it's like, oh no. And then y'all were each like kind of collecting the last of like what y'all had left, because the Capitan I think went for CT1, you went back for Eastern. Like I said, like literally both y'all kind of went to Zora roughly the same time and then cleared everything up. But it was just like, good lord, the seat was silly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an interesting sequence. Honestly, I wasn't really worried about it, because I knew for a fact that it would be really hard. It would have been like a really weird routing if there was a way to avoid having to do everything that I was doing.
Yeah.
So at least, even though it was getting annoying, I was playing relaxed, because I knew there was no way to avoid that.
Yeah, and exactly, I think like that we were saying, it's like, no one is gonna feel great, but also like you're not feeling particularly bad for the most part, because likely the other one is doing the exact same thing, which completely happened on both of y'all. So
Yeah, I don't know if there was no real way to shortcut that realistically.
I've said like a number of times, like admittedly, I'm happy that we got a restream for y'all, because like, we were talking early on, like this was kind of pivotal. Again, Capitan keeping my hopes alive. Now we're hoping for the big 4-way. But admittedly, I'm glad that we got this restream on for y'all, because it's like, it's this is basically the most important match of our group. So that y'all got to kind of be on Restream and do this. So thank y'all for letting us kind of put y'all up today.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you for commentating and for the restream.
And now we're just all crossing our fingers, hoping for the 4-way tie.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, Jammo, if you want to throw, like, I'm not saying, and main tournament admins aren't listening, but like, if we want to collude for a big old 4-way race, I'm not saying no, not saying yes either. But I mean,
Just make it all come down to one thing.
Yep. Last 3 weeks of running races, none of that matters. Just
Yeah,
all one
nothing-
race.
it doesn't matter. It's really just been the points are for absolutely nothing, and I've been sweating it for a whole lot of just wasting time. But yeah, Drosy, I got nothing left to say. Do you have anything else you want to share? Or runners, do y'all have anything you want to say?
Well, thanks again to the runners. Please do give them a follow. I'm looking forward to a potential 4-way tiebreaker race, but that's just me. Thanks again to our trackers, Aldera and Keaton. You were certainly busy clicking since it was an 80 keys seed after all. And what do we have here? Well, it looks like Homemade Beer versus Erupian got moved from 10-10 to 11-10. But that's the next thing I see on the schedule. And that'll be on SpeedGaming 2. So come back in a couple of hours on SpeedGaming 2 for that. And Zaf, I'm glad we finally got to do comms. It's been quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, like more than anything, it was just really cool to showcase the group and showcase, Capitan and Aura. Like, you and I can, I've been busy as hell, but we can find time. But it was really just a delight to kind of put these runners on. So yeah,
Right. A group where this race had implications for 4 people.
yeah. This group, this race in particular, is the most important race of like. So yeah.
I mean, Sunday will be pretty important too.
Well, I already paid Jammo $200 to throw, so like.
Oh, okay.
Monday, whenever we can schedule, it's fine. Jammo, check PayPal.
Oh, and since chat's asking, the rule for the tiebreakers, I believe, is if all the involved runners can agree to a mode, it's that mode. Otherwise, it defaults to 80 keys.
We're going to 80 keys because I assure you that we're not going to agree collectively. These two both. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, if it ends up happening, there's no way I'm playing Cross Hunt.
Look, I already know that. There's as much as I would love it, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, no one's letting me get Cross Hunt, and I'm not letting you two goofballs get open again. So like, we're just going to 80 keys, and Jammo's just going to be as smug as hell over there. So it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's all I've got.
Yeah. That's it. That's all. Again, Speed Gaming 2 in a little bit. I think there's some other good stuff on Speed Gaming 1 right now, which I think is Z1R. But in general, yeah, please follow our runners, twitch.tv/CapitanBublo, twitch.tv/aurabot. That's it. That's all. That's all I've got. Y'all have a lovely morning, evening, afternoon, wherever the hell you are. And thank you again. Also, again, to our trackers, Aldera and Keaton, for doing the hard work so I can just sit here and do nothing. So, yeah. Cheers.
Catch y'all later.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Have a great day.